In-home care is not as expensive as you think, and I'm about to prove it with real numbers. We're now helping families navigate this exact decision, and what we discover will completely change how you think about the cost of keeping your loved ones at home. Most families believe that having a home manager or a personal concierge costs between $8,000 to $12,000 a month, making it seem impossible compared to their current situation. But here's a hidden cost breakdown that 99% of families never see, one that reveals the true financial picture. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down the real numbers behind senior home management, show you 3 cost comparison scenarios, and reveal why the expensive option might actually save your family thousands of dollars every month. Because we've started coordinated home services for seniors and their families and seen firsthand how the wrong financial assumptions lead to devastating decisions that could have been avoided with the right information. Here's what nobody tells you about the real cost of staying at home, and it's not what you think. When families hear $299 to $1,599 per month for coordinated home services, they immediately think it's too expensive. Yet let me show you what they're actually comparing it to. Right now, your family's already spending money on home maintenance, cleaning, yard work, and emergency repairs. The average family spends $400 to $800 per month on these services when they're uncoordinated and reactive. Here's the kicker. That doesn't include the hidden costs. The time your adult children spend driving across town, their missing work, the stress-related health impacts, the rushed decisions that cost 3 times more than pre-planned solutions. And the real eye-opener comes when you see what assisted living actually costs in Houston. And it's not the numbers most families expect. Assisted living in Houston ranges from $4,500 to $7,500 per month. That's $54,000 to $90,000 per year. And that's just the base cost. Most facilities charge extra for medication management, specialized care, and even basic services like laundry. The average family ends up spending more like $6,200 per month when all the fees are included. Compare that to our highest service level at $1,599 per month. That's $4,600 less every single month. So over 1 year, that's $55,212 in savings while your loved one stays in their own home, safe and independent. And so here's where it gets really interesting. There's a cost that no one calculates, and it's the most expensive one of all. When someone moves to assisted living, they lose their independence, their familiar environment, and often their sense of purpose. The emotional and psychological cost is immeasurable. And there's also a financial cost that families don't see coming. Once someone enters assisted living, their home often sits empty, still requiring maintenance, insurance, and property taxes. Many families end up paying for both the facility and maintaining an empty house. With coordinated in-home management, your loved one keeps their independence. They stay in their appreciating asset and maintains their quality of life, all while spending significantly less money. Let me show you 3 scenarios from families and how the numbers actually played out. The Martinez family thought they were saving money by handling everything themselves. Maria's 78-year-old mother lived alone, and the family helped out when they could. Then, emergency started. A burst pipe cost $3,200 because no one caught it early. A fall in the bathroom led to a $15,000 hospital stay. Emergency handyman calls at premium rates. And then in about 6 months, they spent about $22,000 on reactive solutions. Then they started our handle like $599 per month. In just a few months, we prevented 2 major issues through routine maintenance, coordinated all their services at negotiated rates, and provided 24/7 monitoring. Total cost $3,594, total savings over $18,000. The second family faced a different challenge that most people don't see coming. The Johnsons were spending about $1,200 per month on various services for their father. They had a cleaning lady, yard service, handyman, cable maintenance and repairs, and then they were going back and forth to the grocery store. So it all sounds pretty reasonable, right? But here's what they didn't account for: the time costs. Sarah, their oldest daughter, was driving 45 minutes each way 3 times a week to coordinate these services, handle all the emergencies, check on her father. That's 4.5 hours per week, or 234 hours per week. Sarah, the oldest daughter, was a consultant. And so at her $75 an hour consulting rate, it was costing her about $17,550 in lost annual income. Not to mention the gas, the wear and tear on her car, and just the stress affecting her, her own family relationships. So our coordinated service cost them $899 per month, and it's eliminating 90% of Sarah's coordination time. She gets her life back and actually increases her income by taking on more clients. The third scenario is the one that breaks my heart because it was completely preventable. The Hugh family waited too long. When 90-year-old Mr. Hugh had a medical emergency, and I know this personally because I'm the person who found him laying on the ground earlier this summer, where he had slipped and fell out on his morning walk. His family had to make a quick decision about his care. They were overwhelmed and unprepared, and they chose the first assisted living facility with availability. Fast forward 3 months, $6,800 per month for a facility that wasn't their first choice. Mr. Hugh was miserable. The family felt guilty, and they were locked into a 12-month contract. 3 months later, they moved him to a better facility at $7,200 per month, paying penalties for breaking the first contract. Total cost for the year was about $84,000 plus the emotional toll it took on everyone. If they had started with coordinated in-home care management at $1,299 per month, Mr. Hugh could have stayed home safely, and they would have saved over $68,000 while keeping the family together. Now that you've seen the real numbers, there's one more factor that changes everything about this decision. Most families think of aging in place as an expense. Yet when you really look at the numbers, it's actually an investment that pays dividends in multiple ways. First, it preserves the value of the home. A well-maintained house appreciates in value, while a neglected one deteriorates rapidly. Our maintenance coordination alone can add thousands to your home's value. Second, it prevents costly emergencies. Every home disaster that is prevented saves you 10 to 20 times our monthly fee. Third, and most importantly, it preserves family relationships. When adult children are not constantly stressed out about their parents' safety and home maintenance, family time becomes quality time again. So here's the decision framework that makes this choice crystal clear. Here's what I'd say to most families. Start coordinated in-home management for 90 days and track every cost you would incur without it. Track the emergency calls you didn't have to make, track the time you didn't spend driving across town, track the stress-related costs you avoided, the peace of mind knowing someone else is watching out for your loved one besides you. Most families realize that within the first 60 days, they're not just saving money, they're getting their lives back. And if for any reason you're not completely satisfied, we'll make it right. That's our handle guarantee. Now that you understand the real cost breakdown of home management, concierge services versus the alternatives, you're probably wondering how to get started and what the process actually looks like. There's a specific process we use to determine exactly what level of services you or your loved one needs, and it reveals the cost-saving opportunities that most families never discover on their own. Click the link below to book your free handled home checkup, where we'll create a customized plan, show you exactly how much time you get back and the stress that goes away while keeping your loved ones safe and independent at home. If you like this content and want to hear more information about how to keep your loved ones safe at home with independence and dignity, check out this next video.